few weeks ago, I asked you guys for predictions about the new Total Drama season. So today, I chose the best ones to react to them. Snowbee said that Jerry would make an appearance. Yeah, imagine him appearing in a Face Your Fears challenge and fighting with Nichelle, the same way Jose fought Alejandro during Total Drama All-Stars. Heather said that Nichelle would become a villain, and she will have a rivalry with Julia. Well, Nichelle is actually very good at learning from her mistakes. She improved a lot between the first two seasons, and I feel like being tricked so badly will motivate her into developing a more strategic side. Also, it is pretty obvious that in the next season, Julia will most likely be her main target. TD Heather commented that there would be a love triangle between Millie, Caleb, and Priya. I mean, that won't even be the first time this kind of thing happened in a series. Trent wrote that Wayne will make Priya not care about the challenge, while Bowie would be the reason for Wayne's elimination. And it's actually a very interesting idea, especially the second part. That would definitely be a way to end things between Bowie and Raj and bring villain Bowie back. Considering how much Bowie cares about Raj, I think a breakup between them will mean a big twist for Bowie's character. If in season 1 he was more of an anti-hero, this scenario could make him go into full ruthless mode. Carter wrote that Bowie would be on the same team as Wayne, but not as Raj. Carter's prediction list was probably the longest I have ever seen in all the comments. This specific part caught my attention. I think that would be a very interesting move from the creators. Even if at first it doesn't seem like a big deal, this scenario could make Raj feel left out and even distance himself from Wayne and Bowie. The FNAF guy said that Priya would be an early boot. Yeah, like Julia, Priya had way too much screen time during the first two seasons. The creators will probably try to balance things up in order to give the other characters more character development and screen time. TDWT commented that Millie will be the winner of season 3 because of her lucky number, and Ripper will have the same strategy Scott had in Revenge of the Island. First things first. For those who don't know what's Millie's lucky number, well, most of her important moments during the reboot were associated with the number 3. So, since it's the third season, that could mean Millie has better winning chances, but I doubt that. However, it would be interesting to see Ripper sabotaging his teammates, or to see Axel forcing him to do that in case they are on different teams. Gudetama commented that Julia will have a ponytail just like Heather had in season 3. This would probably be the most interesting callback the creators could ever do. Emma said that Julia and MK would start dating, even though Wayne would have a crush on Julia. Considering that the fandom really wants MK and Julia to be a couple, I guess that it's only a matter of time before it will become official. However, seeing Wayne have a crush on Julia would be a really unexpected plot twist. I honestly don't really see a scenario in which Julia would like Wayne back, considering their differences. Yet I am sure that she'll use that situation to her advantage. Maybe even creating a fight between the hockey bros. TD Roblox wrote that Scary Girl would be one of the first boots. I totally agree, honestly. As much as I love Scary Girl, she's basically doomed. I could see her making it far in the game if the creators came along with a great plot idea. Based on her previous actions, I think that whatever team she'd be placed in would choose to eliminate her as soon as possible. Cool Paws brought up that Axel would show us how badass she could be. Honestly, if you ask me, Axel already shows us how badass she is. Basically, the reasons why she never made it far in the game are just the bad circumstances. Like in season 1, she got eliminated because of her fight with Ripper. And in season 2, well, because of her love for Ripper. I'm starting to think that Ripper is actually the real problem here. Rixie said that Caleb and Priya would break up. I would honestly not be surprised. Have you noticed that when a relationship seems made in heaven in season 1, it tends to go downhill or even end in the next one? Let's take Trent and Gwen for example, or Duncan and Courtney. To be fair, Mike and Zoe's relationship survived, but that was mainly because of their differences in personalities, since Mike had 5 and Zoe none. Flying Wolves wrote that if there would be a world tour type of season, Chase would be vlogging it. That would be very funny. Yet, if Chase doesn't have any kind of character development next season, I don't think he would stay long enough to film many locations. Axolotl said that there'd be a new theme like action and world tour. I don't think they're gonna make 3 seasons in a row on the island, my best guess is that they'd make a new world tour since the first one is arguably the best Total Drama season ever made. I honestly don't think that they'll try to recreate action because it didn't work out very well the first time and would probably not work this time either. VVD said that the new season would be an All-Stars 2.0 with contestants from every generation. If this would actually happen, most fans would go crazy. Just imagine the most iconic contestants from all generations in one season. But that's also what we said about the OG All-Stars, so I don't know. Ghostcock commented that Z would try to be more evil and strategic, but he would be very bad at it. Yeah, I could see a scenario when Z would try to sabotage or backstab someone, but then change his mind a few seconds later. Idiotic Doodle said that the creators would add 2 new characters, similar to what they did in World Tour. Yeah, this would really spice things up. I feel like after 2 seasons with the same cast, it's the perfect time for the creators to add new characters into the mix. Don't get me wrong, I really love the new cast, but I think that after these many moments spent together, even they got a little bored of each other. Kidden said that Julia will have a similar character to Season 3 Heather. Yeah, there could be a chance, but to be honest, I don't really think this would be the case. I mean, Heather had a whole season between her villain arc and her redemption. I feel like making Julia an anti-hero after she wiped the floor with pretty much every other contestant last season would be a little too much. However, I can see this happening somewhere in the future. Shadow Cow wrote that Nichelle and Chase's love story would rival with Emma and someone new. I know that Chase and Nichelle seem to have some things in common to the fact that they're both famous, but I honestly don't think a relationship between them would work. I mean, it could work if Chase would become more mature during the next season, but we don't know that for sure. As for Emma and someone new, this seems like an Alejandro type assignment to me. Total Drama Shogun said that Chase would have a villain arc, and he would seek revenge. Although it's a long shot, it would be interesting to see Chase having a more strategic gameplay. I could see him trying to get revenge on Emma, since she was the reason for his elimination last season. But I don't think he could ever be a main villain. Axel will train Ripper because he's stupid. Nah, you did Ripper dirty here, Frocky. This might be fun. Imagine if she would do that between the seasons, and we would see a Giga Chad Ripper appearing in Season 3. Yeah, never gonna happen. User PD4 said that there'd be a new alliance between Chef and a contestant. Although I miss seeing Chef trying to make an alliance with one of the contestants, I think that his version from the reboot is much different and would not try to do such a thing. In the reboot, Chef is basically the reasonable one of the dynamic duo, while in the past, he was a total wild card. Trackrunner said that Chase would have a beef with the new contestants. I mean, Chris already brought him and Emma into the show because they were an ex-couple. So I don't think that would happen. It'd just take the spotlight away from more interesting characters. A Little Book commented that Raj would get eliminated and then think Bowie cheated on him because of Julia, who will be the Aftermath host. This would be exactly what Jeff would do in the original Aftermath. This could happen if one of the new contestants starts hitting on Bowie. Ren commented that MK and Julia would host Get Over Yourself, just like Bridget and Jeff hosted the Aftermath. I think that if the creators miss out on this, it would be a huge disappointment to the fans. Just think about it. MK and Julia had a strong alliance during TDI 2024, so it would make sense for them to be an early boot. That would give them the perfect opportunity to take advantage of their popularity in order to create their own show or even an online podcast. Hezekiah said that some of the contestants may not return. Yeah, to be fair, compared to Season 1's finale, this time, Chris didn't invite everyone for a rematch. Well, he didn't actually invite any of the new contestants to appear in the new season, so there's a small chance we could see a new cast in the upcoming season. Michael commented that Ripper would be the villain of the season. Hell no! I mean, have you met Ripper? Even if he were to turn into a mad genius overnight, I don't think anyone could take him seriously. So there it is, guys. What was your favorite prediction? Make sure to tell me in the comments. Take care and see you next time with a brand new video.